Hello, good evening. It's Monday, so we are going to be playing with October's monthly make. Now, I have got October's monthly make, but I have also got all of the extra stamps as well. And so we'll be having a bit of a play with that. I'm going to do a bit of a mishmash, I think, tonight. I've got a couple of cards cut, ready to go. So we're just going to have a bit of a play and see what happens. So evening, Maxine. Evening, Suze. So that's my plan. So I haven't really played with the Christmas ones, the extra ones that we brought out to go with October's make. So that's what I'm going to start with tonight. So I'm going to take a 5p7. Evening, Lynn. I'm going to take a 5p7, and I think I'm going to go traditional with my first one. So I've got the music, and I actually mix it up a bit. Use a bit of everything, do we think? I think so. And I wanted, she says, a happy Christmas. I think I'm going to do a bit of masking. And a bit of... I'm reading all my sentiments. I should know which sentiment I wanted to use, shouldn't I? And... I am going to do Christmas happy... Yeah, right. Let's start, shall we? Because we always start with our frame, and then we build it from there, don't we? So let me grab my frame. There we go, and then we will take it from there. Do I want to do a background before we start? Maybe. Because I'm thinking music, might go a bit traditional in this first one. A bit of music. Yes, we are. We're gonna... Took me ages, that, didn't it? Oof, I'll get there in the end. I get there in the end. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to use Distress ink, not oxide, tonight, and I'm just going to do a really washy, if it wants to work. There we go, some on my desk. Background, because I am going for that traditional look. Let me grab a spritzer. I think there's some on my desk there. If not, it'll pick something else up off my desk, won't it? There will be some type of colour there. It's very, very pale, but you just about see it. So I've used a bit of tea dye. What I'm going to do is dry that, because I've still got some blobs on my desk. So there we go. I don't need this perfectly dry. I need it dry enough to get a second layer in. You can see there's just that. Oh, you can't see. If I hold it over that way, you can just see there's that hint of tea dye in the background. I do love my tea dye. Come on. I'm going to leave it like that, and then we're going to go back in again. Just pick it up a little bit. Is YouTube connected? It should be. Yep, YouTube's up and running. Sometimes you need to go onto the tab that says live on YouTube. Don't know why. Sometimes it goes up on the main screen, and other times it decides to go up on the second screen. But yeah, definitely there, definitely streaming on YouTube as well. Evening, Mum, I think you sneaked in there. There we go. So, very pale one. I now wish I only did a little bit. But that's the nice thing, isn't it, with these stamps? No matter what you do, you can always end up with a pretty good finished item. They all work together. And I will apologise, I keep coughing and sneezing. In this last hour, I feel like I've come down with a cold or something. Lynn's over on YouTube because Facebook's playing up. I know it is. It's changed all its settings. So I had a last minute shout around to try and get everything connected, because it was. Susie's really enjoyed this paint set. I've got to say, I've really enjoyed playing with this one too. It has been one of those that I know it sounds daft, but you really don't have to think, because it just all works together, doesn't it? So you just plonk it all on and it works. The next one is completely different. I'm not going to tell you too much because that'll spoil the surprise, won't it? But it should be coming your way very soon. I can't get any inks. I've not had my Weetabix, have I? There we go. I love Versatile Claire, but I cannot for the life of me get in them sometimes. They just create such suction when you don't, because I don't use this brown very often, but it is a nice brown. So it just creates such a suction on there. I think I've got it all. Do I keep rubbing it off with my sleeve? I should really move my sleeve out of the way, shouldn't I? Which should be a start. There we go. I think I've inked that up now. So I'm going for very traditional looking colours on this one. I think that should be okay. As long as I've inked it. If I've not inked it, I've got no chance really, have I? I'm just giving it a real good press. And make sure you do open your monthly makes, because you will need something that's inside it for next Monday night. So we're going to have a little bit of fun for our launch, because it's our 50th monthly make. There we go, that's good enough. How it'll do. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to do a little bit of masking first or a little bit of colouring before I go any further. And you know what I am? I'm actually going to go back to my tea dye. I know, odd. Evening, Rachel. Odd for me. I am. There we go. Going with my inks tonight. Come on. You can tell they don't want to play. What I'm going to do first is I'm getting carried away now. Calm. Carried away. So dry it off, because we're going to add water, and the last thing we want it to do is to bleed. Okay, a bit of a dry. I think I'm going to stamp that middle section. I'm just thinking out loud at the moment. Hoping that should be okay. Right, now I'm going to do a little bit of colouring. I'm using exactly the same colour. I want to kind of keep this to traditional, like browns and greens and reds, which I haven't decided what colour I'm putting with it yet, but that is the plan. But you know, my plans don't always end up being what we end up doing, if that makes sense. We get there. I do like this one. I've got to admit, it has been one of the I don't like using the word favourite, but it's been one of my favourite ones. My monthly make. And it will be, I keep getting questions about when it'll be on general release. It will be on general release this week, so watch this space if you are wanting to get your hands on it, because it will be on general release this week. And if you're wanting to get your hands on the Christmas ones at the reduced price still, then you'll probably have until tomorrow morning-ish. Lindsay, she nearly didn't open a monthly make. Yes, I have popped them inside some of your advent calendars because I was sending them out anyway. So they are in your advent countdown. Yeah, countdown boxes. Evening, Noala. So yeah, if you've ordered your Christmas countdown box and your monthly maker, it will come together, or it should come together. I tried to catch them all. Right, decision times now, ladies, and we know we're not good with decisions. Well, I'm not anyway. I just want a basic one for behind for my masking. So I think I'm going to do Happy Christmas. Or what's on the other set? No, I'm going to go traditional. So we're going to have a bit of Merry Old Christmas here. And it always starts that debate, doesn't it? Merry Christmas versus Happy Christmas. Which one we should use? There we go. And a new stamping block. And we also need to do a little bit of masking. So I'll put little postcards come in. Ooh, yes, that should fit, shouldn't it? I have those note cards so that I can write like notes to myself, so I remember to tell Mr. Roo things and stuff. And I spend most of my time making masks out of them. Right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to ink that up again to create my mask. Just need a bit of an idea where it is, that's all. So I'm just going to stamp it again. Any scrap piece of paper will do. You could use Mastic, which is like masking tape, and it's brilliant stuff. If it's going to be one that you use quite a lot of. I just stabbed myself with my fingernail, now that hurts. There we go. Yeah, I don't recommend that. Oh, oh, oh. I'm just going to grab my scissors. Now, you've got a decision when you come to doing your masking, and I know I go on about this a lot, but it is important. So if I cut to the outside of my line, so if I cut along here, what's going to happen is the difference in height, I know it's like points of millimetres, but the difference in height when you come to stamp behind it will give you a bit of a halo effect. So you'll end up with like a faux border. If you cut just inside the black line that you're masking, or the line that you're masking even, it might not be black, mightn't it? As you can see, I'm just leaving a little, put my scissors down and I can show you properly, can't I? Right, so you can see here, we've just got a little bit of that brown, yeah? So I'm cutting just inside my line, and the reason I do that is because I want my images, so if you're creating a scene or something, it'd be more important. There you go. So I'm just stamping inside that line, cutting even. Oh, words have gone. There we go. And I want that bit. Did I dry that? Right, it's dry-ish. Ish will do, won't it? And all I'm going to do is position that in place. It is easier if you've used like a post-it note or something, but it's freezing on Facebook. I'm so sorry. Facebook is playing up. They've changed a load of things tonight. Well, not tonight, but since we were last live. And it's just, yeah, it was the last minute. So I've tried my best to get it up and running. So I am going to use my tea dye. I'm hoping it's got enough juice in it. Should really check, shouldn't I, before I do. Oh yes, that'll look nice. I did sound, yeah, it did sound surprised there, didn't I? Doesn't always decide to work on me. So, just randomly stamping in my background. And you'll notice I'm going to try and leave a bit of a border around the edge of this one. I don't want to stamp it off the page is what I'm trying to say. I know, words are failing me. And the only reason I am only using first generation is because my ink pad is that dry, or drying, that it looks like I'm doing second generation stamping. Mr. Roo always laughs at me when I've got like my ink pads there. I've got different variants of like juiciness of them. But it just come in handy, like tonight where I want it very subtle. Just going to come and stamp a few more because I've got a bit bogged down doing those little bits. There we go. I'm going to keep going until I have filled in this background. There we go. Nearly. But it's a good one to do. Sounded a very low airplane, that one, didn't it? I didn't quite do that quite right at the top. The bottom looks pretty good, the top not so much. There we go, right, kind of. And so, you can see we've got a very... Hi Sarah! A very traditional, aged, that's the word I'm looking for, aged looking background going on. I'm going to pop that one over there. Pop that there, and I'm going to go with my music. Now, decision time. I know, decisions again. I don't want to do it in brown because I don't want to interfere with my frame. So I am thinking I might go, I said traditional, didn't I? So are we going green or should we go red? Ooh, decisions. I think I'm going to do the big one down at the bottom and then the little one at the top. And those of you that are into music will tell me there is a right and a wrong way for this. And I can't remember which one it is. I know. Right, so I think we are going to get a little bit of red. I'm going for crimson red, I think. And what was the other colour I said? Green. Oh, green's a tricky one, isn't it? Because let me have a root. I had, oh there it is, Spanish moss. I had all my inks nicely laid out in my drawer, and then you know when you open and close your drawer a bit too much, they all start like falling off the piles. Blue would look nice, but we've got our snowflake one, haven't we, that we might have a play with, so that'll be blue. Oh, I'm thinking that green maybe, that could look quite nice, couldn't it? Ooh, decision time. I think that red actually. Or that green. Oh, too many decisions, too many choices. I'm going green. I think it was... Nope, not that one, the other one. Right, put them to one side. I know, so many choices. sometimes it's good when you can't find the ink pads, because then you don't have to choose, do you? You're just going with whatever comes out the drawer at you. So, come on. There we go. Again, I should have had my Weetabix. Right, lots and lots of little gentle taps. And then I am just going to, so I am going to try and make it as straight as possible, and then I'm just going to butt it up to that centre one. It doesn't really matter if we're going to chop out the centre. Oh, red. Sorry, Lynn, I went for green. Yeah, I don't think it really matters as much if you're cutting out that centre, if you butt it up enough or not. But if you wanted to do single layer cards, because we know postage is expensive, don't we, at the moment? So anything that's not flat, you're paying an absolute fortune for. That did come off there, not got a clue how it's going back on. Or maybe it went that way. Yes, it went that way. And we'll grab the other one off. So if you're posting your cards out, this would be a good one. So again, lots and lots of little gentle taps, because we don't want to flood the stamp, especially because it's got lots and lots of fine detail in it, this one. And I have stamped it upside down, but never mind. I'm just going to put that one there, and again just snuggle it up, butt it up, whatever you want to call it. There we go. So it's just snuggling up. And then I'm trying to decide, do I want to put a star on it? Or should I do, I'm going to do my centre first and then decide if I want to put a star on it. But I need to blow my nose first, so apologies. Right, so I have got a little bit of card. I do like playing. You know, I haven't quite got an idea in my head of what I'm going to do. Just seeing how it works. There we go. So I just want the circle. Close enough. Right, so we have got our circle. Let's chop that down because we might want that in a little bit. We have got our lovely little frame going on there, and thinking we might want our stars. I might do them in gold embossing powder as well. There's a lot of mites in that conversation there, wasn't there? And we used Merry Christmas, so we're going to stick with the Merry Christmas set. And thinking of you this Christmas, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas, season's greetings, Merry Christmas and 'tis the season. I think we're going to be wishing you a very Merry Christmas with this set. And I'm going to go gold stars, I think. I'm going to go gold on here as well. That's now if I can find my gold embossing powder. So I'm just going to dry this off, otherwise it ends up going everywhere. As it always does with me and my embossing powder. Oh, I think I can spy my gold. Let me see if I can find my tidy tray. Yes, I can see my tidy tray. We might be onto a plan here. And all I need now is a bit of ink. Anti-static bag won't go with this either, but I can't have everything, can I? Oh, maybe I can have everything. I have got, look at that, I must have put it all the way together. Very good of me, isn't it? Not like me at all. Right, so we are going to put that to one side. Let me put the ink lid back on my ink. And not quite sure why it's a funny shade of blue. Must be a reason why my anti-static bag's gone blue. I'll never know. Nearly shook my embossing. I went to shake my embossing powder onto my stamp then. Yeah, not the best of ideas, that was it. Make sure I ink that up well. Can't tell if that's my good one or my notebook's a good one. And then we're just going to snuggle this into the middle. So all of the sentiments, I think there's 6 sentiments on each sentiment sheet, fit in the middle. Some are a tighter fit than others, but they do fit. You just have to snuggle them in there. And I do think it's time I got myself some new embossing powder as well, because I'm nearly running out. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas on that one. And then, actually I'm going to set that before I move on to my next one, otherwise I'll end up in a bit of a pickle. And I don't want to end up in a pickle, because I'm liking this card so far. Put that up there. And I think we are going to bring in the red in a minute. Just a very subtle hint. Nothing too much. Right, there's that one. And then I'm going to grab this and there, right in front of me. I'm just going to give that a blast, because we did, can't remember if we did dry it or not. You never know, do you? There we go. Right, so there they are. And we've got 2 little stars. We could be really clever with this and do 1 stamped and then 1 embossed to create like a groupage of stars. Constellation, wasn't it? Not a groupage. You knew what I meant though. Right, so that one goes back over there. And then we've got these little stars, because I couldn't really fit much more on, to be fair, with that music. I thought stars would look quite nice. So I think I'm just going to seat and have 1. Should we do it there? No, I think I'm going to do it over my music. Right, I'm just going to ink this up again. Oops. Nearly lost a star then, that's not a good thing, is it? I'm just going to snuggle him up. Again, not as critical if we're going to cut out that centerpiece, but if you weren't, you want to butt it up as neatly as possible. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. I didn't dry that very well, did I? I can sort that out in a minute. Oh, I really don't know where my nose has just come from. I was feeling fine this afternoon and then it's decided I'm going to cheat. I'm going to heat with a big star. I'm going to go right here. But it would have looked cool, wouldn't it, if we'd have done like a couple of littlies in a different colour and then embossed on top of it. Right, and where was it? Oh, not too bad actually. There we go. Right. Put that back in there. There we go, that'll do for now. Pop our gold lid back on. Pop that in there as well. I'll pop that in there as well. Right. And then we'll get heating this up. I'm hoping those gold stars are just going to pop now. Okay, and I'll the other one down at the bottom. So it's upside down. There we go. So we have our beautiful little stars just twinkling away. And don't want to do anything else yesterday. I want to add a little bit of red to this. Perfect. Right on the top of my pile. I've got a bit of fired brick going on. I only want a smidge, not too much, because we know red goes from elegant to disaster. It says I sound like full of a cold. I think it is starting. It is coming on. Did feel a bit over the weekend, but I just put it down to, you know, it was getting cold. Oh, too much. But yeah, I do think it's coming on quite quickly. And to be fair, Bear's been a little bit grizzly, so I'm assuming you can always tell when Bear's coming down with something, because he goes from like happy chappy to grizzly. And he got the grizzles. We try and do on a Tuesday, Rosie does her swim teaching. It's her night for her training, and so we've started doing like a little bit of like just going out for walks and things. And normally on a Monday he's all up for choosing where we're going to go on the Tuesday. Tonight he was like, nope, not happening. Like, okay. Right, I'm not going to hit that with my heat gun because I don't want to overheat that embossing powder, yeah? So I'm just going to let that dry nicely by itself. And then this, I'm just going to finish off with, you know it's coming, my white gel pen, as if it's not. I'm looking at it. It doesn't want to work. There we go. It just needs a bit of moisture sometimes. There we go. So it's got dots, so it's having, no it's not. It's having none of it, to be honest. See if this one wants to work. There we go. Can be so temperamental, can't they, gel pens? You just need to make sure that your leaves them stood up so the ink's going down. Mine aren't quite, mine are on the sides at the moment. They do get a little bit temperamental with me. So I'm just adding a little bit of highlight. If my glossy accents had a pin in it, I would probably grab a bit of my glossy accents on this as well. I'm just getting carried away now with my doodling. What I might even do is just do a little bit around my star, just to make him shine a little bit more. There we go. I'm not going to mess with that too much. And that will go on top of the base card, like so. And then we just need to snip this. I'm going to leave a border, and I'm going to try not to touch it too much because it's still very wet. And it's also red. And we all know what happens with me and red. It goes from beautiful to crime scene in moments, so. Try to cut something out without touching it is very, very difficult. And I'd be tempted as well, I think, if I had a little bit of, you know, like twine or something, or very fine ribbon. I don't know if I've got any to hand. Just to pop a little bit. I've got a little bit of twine there, but I don't think that'll quite look right. She did have, I can't see it now. It was there, it was right in front of me. When it's pink. That'll never do, will it? But maybe, where did that, there, nope. I'm rooting in my bucket under my desk that's got all my ribbons and stuff in it. If you're wondering where I've gone, I've just gone under my desk. Yeah, it is. It's one of them with pens, isn't it? They all have different ways of looking at it. You should look after them. But with a gel pen, because it's like it's liquid ink, isn't it? You want to have it so it can run where you want it to come out. Because if you were to leave it like nib up, eventually over time it would all start to run to the bottom. So you're meant to keep them stood up, but I don't. Mine are kind of on the side, to be fair, bottom down, which they shouldn't be, but they fit on that shelf nicely. So what I would probably do is I've just ripped some twine. It would be better if it's a little bit sparkly, I think. And then I would just pop that, yeah, kind of behind. And maybe get some red in there as well, and a little bit of green. So I'm going to have a root in my box to find that, but we want to do another one, don't we? Yeah, because we want to use the other stamp set. Let me blow my nose again. Like a leaky sieve. Dripping tap, that's the one. That's close. Right, I think we're going to go with a little square one. I did cut 2 5s, like 5x7s, because you know I love my 5x7s. But I think we're going to do a 6x6. Let me put them back on there. They never go back on how they come off, do they? Right, so we're going to use our Happy Christmas sayings this time, and we've got our snowflakes to use. I'm thinking silver, we can find my silver easily. Probably not, knowing me. And move that out of the way. So this time, we're going to go across, I think. So I need to decide if and what we want to do. I think we are going to do a bit of a colour wash in the background. No, we're not. They're fireworks. Or it's just my brain firing into gear. One of the two. Right, what we're going to do for this one is, let me move some of these things that we don't need off my desk. And I'm going to grab some blues. So bear with for 2 minutes. I found some blues that will look Christmassy blues. Blueprint sketch is a good one, isn't it? And oh, might not be going on the right. I can't always see my colours behind me when I've got them on my shelf. I want a bit of a paler blue, so might be them three. Let's get rid of you. There we go. So just to remind myself, I think it's going to be a bit of broken china. Oops. Lagoon. Yeah, that'll work. Right. So, palest first, which is my broken china. And kitchen roll. Haven't quite decided yet. She says I'm about to start doing this. Whether I want it. Do we want? Yeah, we're going to go splodgy. I was going to say can't decide, but I will. I'm going to go splodgy with this one. So I just want a really good covering. Bit of my salty ocean. To my tissue. There we go, just going to fill it in and colour in my sleeve. I always wear black, to be honest. Try and get my sleeves out of the way. See, that could have gone the opposite way, couldn't it? It could have been Mermaid Lagoon and then Salty Ocean. Either way, we have got what is going to be a beautiful background that we can then work with. Doesn't really look much at the moment, but it will, I think. Because that one's on my tissue, that's what we're going to use. We're just going to quickly, or in that case very heavy-handedly, quickly go around just to give it a bit of an edge. And I'm going to throw that to one side whilst we clean up, because I've made a bit of a mess. I can't believe it's November already, to be honest. It is going so fast this year. And everything feels like the last, because it's Bear's last year at primary school this year. And everything, it's like, oh, he's got his last class assembly, he's got... what else did he do last week? They did bikeability, and it's something like, you know, that they wait until they're in year 6 to do. So it all just feels Like, it's a lot of lasts. This is last Christmas where they were doing a Christmas gift shop. It's just so many lasts. Right. Now, I don't want to do it white because I want to do my snowflakes white or silver. Depending on which one I can find. And I don't want to do it grey either. So it's going to be black. And I don't know if this is the right choice. So we will see. We will see if it's the right choice. Might not be. But then you guys know what colours not to use next time, don't you? And then we're going to sladoosh on there, like so. I suppose I could have stamped it onto white card and cut it out, couldn't I? But then I wouldn't be able to do anything fancy. But I'm hoping it'll work now. Just giving it a good press. What I should have done actually was just whack it with the heat gun. Because my oxide will not be a happy bunny that I've just put that on. Stand corrected, it worked-ish. Turn myself into a smurf, I always do that. Right, so what I need to do is dry my black and then we are going to take away some of our colour because it's oxide and we know it likes doing that. There we go, right, that should be okay. The only reason I'm drying it is because I don't want that black to run. Because it does take quite a while for it to dry, with it being Best Fine Clay. So I want a big puddle of water. Would be better if I had a pot for this. And I need some more kitchen roll. Excuse me. And all we're going to do is we're just going to remove the colour. So I'm basically just flooding it. And then we're going to come back. She says, come on, don't let me down. And it's lifting very slowly. It's thinking about it, isn't it? And I've now been a messy. Very messy, so we are going to have to cut out that centre circle. But if it had been a bit more delicate, we've got away without it. So can you see I am just taking away that colour. It's there. Like that. Need a bigger puddle on my desk. And again. You can see how much colour we're taking away, but it doesn't look like anything, does it? So I need it to be a bit more of a contrast. To be fair, it looks a lot better on screen than it does in real life. My page is getting very, very soggy now. One last one and then we'll move on. probably as good as I'm going to get it. But you can see I have taken quite a bit of that colour from those panels. I've not done the centre because, like I say, we will cut it. We're going to cut that out and stamp that. I was thinking that you can tell it was like, and I am just going to cheat. And, oh, stamping block, there it is. And all I'm going to do is I want to just do a little bit of interest around the edge as well, because we will put some more stuff there, but I'm going to just, you can tell it's taking a lot of water to shift this ink, so I am absolutely flooding my stamp, which is something I don't normally do. Do it again. Normally I'm a bit more gentle. Oh yeah, that one was better, wasn't it? Oops, timber. So I'm just using the bit of the stamp that goes around the edge. Can't quite see it. It is there, I promise. I'll take a photo and share it later. I'm just going to keep going around the edge. So I'm just using the part of the stamp that is there. Because my colours aren't wanting to move because I've dried them a few times. I'm really flooding it with my ink, with my water, so you can see it there. It's that balance, isn't it, between getting your ink to shift but still having a bit of the design, because you don't want to flood it. There we go, right, I'm going to dry it. I don't know if you can quite see. Little snowflakes around the edge. Yeah, just a couple bit of do there. Yep, they are there. It's just not picking up very well on cameras. So let's give this a quick blast. To be fair, it's coming out a bit more now, I'm drying it. I need this to be really dry because I want to go and put some embossing powder over the top with those teeny tiny little snowflakes. Come on. I think that should be dry. Right, and what we'll do whilst we have that, it is a bit like Frosted Plastic. It has come better now. I am a bit happier now with that effect. That side's better there, you can see that. But like I say, I can see it better in real life than it is showing up on here. I suppose what we could have do is, what was our pay list? It was Broken China. We could, there it is. We could go to a paler one. So I've gone for weathered wood, because weathered wood's, is it a blue, is it a grey? It could be either, couldn't it? which is what makes it such a versatile colour. It's great for like adding for shadows and things. Ooh, yay. I think we just add a couple of these around. Okay. Oops. Just ink up my thumb, not the stamp. And again, I'm just trying to use that portion of my stamp that's complete, yeah. So it does look an odd shaped snowflake, but it makes perfect sense when you use it around our... Ooh, that bit was still a bit wet. That's a bit rude. I say that like I'm all surprised, but no. Ooh. I always miss a bit when I'm trying to dry stuff. Right. Yep, see, just needed something, didn't it? To be fair, I've ended up going a lot darker than I thought I was going to. So. Right, so off our Happy Christmas ones, we've got Embrace the Magic of Christmas, Have a Wonderful Christmas, Obligatory Christmas Card, Happy Christmas, It's a Christmas, Have a Good One, It's Christmas, Have a Good One even, All I Want for Christmas is You. So, I think this is feeling a bit magical, so I'm going to go for Embrace the Magic of Christmas. Don't quite know why I went to get that off there, because first up I need to stamp the circle, don't I? I know. I get carried away. And we stamped it in black in the end, didn't we? Glad someone's keeping track, because I'm not. I can't be the only one that's gone to stamp something. It's like, no, I stamped that in a completely different colour to what I started off with. Because I get distracted. I start playing with other stuff that I shouldn't do. There we go. Woohoo! Yeah, it definitely needed a little bits of grey around the side, didn't it? Or light blue, whatever you want to call weathered wood. It could be anything, couldn't it? It is a really good colour ink. And I'm going to put the big to the bottom. This is all hoping we can find me silver embossing powder. Silver, 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 where are you? I know, singing to things doesn't really make it appear, does it? Mr. Roo suggested I get one of those the things you whistle and find your keys. The problem is I can't whistle, so my keys would still be lost and I'd just be stood there like blowing raspberries. And the fact that we've been together for so long and he doesn't realise I can't whistle was a bit disturbing. Right, well, we're on to plan B now because I can't find my silver. It's got to be somewhere. One last try. I doubt it's gone back in its proper spots. What colour are your lights? Ooh, your gold, but you've got a funny thing on you. Oh, hang on. Oh no, that's purple. I can find purple embossing powder. And that's silver. Oh, tell a lie. That one I'll have to do. There we go. You always find it in the end, don't you? Right. So I'm going to grab this back. I mean, I should really go through that drawer because there's some embossing powders in there that, like the purple one. Must have needed it at some point, the purple one. Yeah. See, I'm not the only one. Noala's done it too, where you go to stamp in one colour and it's a completely different colour. Right, where did I put my sentiment? Oh. There we go. So again, on this other set, they all snuggle in to our frames. Some of them you just need to, I can't even see, sorry, you're going to get my grey hairs in the way there. Just some of them you need to be right on top of so you can get it positioned. Because they are snug, but they do fit. And after all this, I'm not actually sure if I want to use silver on. Oh, come on. Thank you. It's a very full pot, that, isn't it? It's definitely not the one I normally use. It's got a bit of everything in it now, that one. It's a very old one, that one. Anyway, got distracted then, didn't I? I do that a lot, Noala too, when I'm opening my VersaFines up. Oof. There we go. So, embrace the magic of Christmas. It's not as sparkly as I want. Yeah. But it'll do. It will do. I'm being really picky now, aren't I? I just struggle to get my VersaFines, the lids off them. And that's just reminded me I need to do an ink order. You've just reminded me. So that is going to go right in the middle. Again, it needs some kind of like floofage behind it. But we can come back to that. And then we are going to get our beautiful little snowflakes. And, God, didn't mean to throw that then. I am just going to do them in two little places. I didn't know whether I was going to go all the way around my circle, but no, I'm not. Less is going to be more. So, tight fit, but it does fit on a little block. Where's my anti-static pad gone? There we go. And then she wonders why her anti-static pads are funny colours. Rachel's saying she likes the floofage expression, but you know what I mean, don't you? It needs some like behind it. It does absolutely need some floofage. Not great if you're trying to post it because floofage adds depth, but would be good for a card that you're going to hand deliver. And I'm thinking the old net with the dots, if I can find it, would look really good. I should really decide what colour I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to do them white because don't think silver's going to stand out quite enough on there. So before I do that, everything's a bit... I've stained my kitchen wall. I'm just going to give the tidy tray a bit of a dust because it's got every colour in there. And I've got what looks like quite a clean tub of white embossing powder there. I started off with quite a clean, tidy desk, but it's not happened, not stayed that way. The boys keep threatening to come in and sort out because they need to do some work on the roof for me, so we can move a few bits around. And they keep threatening to just come and move everything. I keep going, no, I'll do it, I'll do it. But they did do my headlights this weekend for me, so I'm very grateful for that. And they fixed the cupboard. They were on a roll this weekend, the boys. Oh, guess what I hadn't done? Whoopsie. I'm going to use my pretty little brush. You'd make sure yours was dry. Yeah, you would. I'm a bit of a sticky. I mean, a little bit of a pickle. I might just have lost a couple of my a bit better. There we go. Right, I'm going to dry this, and whilst I'm at it, I'm going to dry the rest of my page. Oops. Shouldn't really do it too close to the embossing powder, should I? That's open. And I think in all my panic I've missed a few little bits. So. There you go. There we go. How pretty does that look? I can't decide now either which way I'm going to do my card. Right. Oh, excuse me. Because I think it'd look quite nice either way, wouldn't it? No, I think it's going to go that way. Right, I could just use the same side, couldn't I? Could be lazy and not take it off my block. But there is two different bits. I can't remember if I anti-static that or not. You can never anti-static it too much, can you? There we go. I'm just going to ink that up well. And again, we're just going to come and snuggle it in. I'll tell you what would look nice on this as well, some nice little like snowflakey brads or something like that. There we go, that one worked better because everything was dry. It's amazing, isn't it? How much easier it is to emboss stuff when the base layer is nice and dry. Who'd have thunked it, hey? It's only because I could try and do things quick to show you. Ink pad. Don't want to lose my ink pad. Now I'm just going to blast this with the heat gun. But you can see, can't you, how wonderful. You've got that base of that frame, and then we can just add to it with all our different add-ons we've got for it now. We've got Christmas ones, we've got texture ones. I do think we might need a couple more texture ones. And then, again, just for Rachel, we need some floofage on there. And we're going to let that dry because it's a bit sticky. I couldn't. Let's put the mermaid brush away, otherwise it won't be there next time I come to use it. I'll only have myself to blame. That does fit on my card with a nice little border, honestly. And let me see if... Oh, it's not white, it's the cream version. But it will do, see, floofage. Ooh, can't cut a straight line, there we go. We only need a little bit of it. A little bit of floofage goes a long way. Let's do. And if you want it to get really, really messy, it looks really good if you were to colour some of your dots on it. So I'm just giving it a bit of a tease and a bit of a stretch and a bit of a to do it. Yeah, you see I have got floofage. There we go. So you don't need much. And then we'll just pop that on top like so. You don't get the full effect of the floofage. There we go. Yeah, it is, it's a new word. But you all know exactly what I mean. So there you go. We have used our monthly make for October. I've not quite put this one together either because I want some red ribbon or something. I want, you know, like baker's twine, yeah? White and red baker's twine, or white and green baker's twine, or even better, green and red baker's twine to go behind that one. Just to add a little bit more of that red colour to it. I think it'd look really, really good. I've not done my dots on that one. Might have to do that before I put it all together. So we have used that frame from our multi-make, which is the base for all of this. And then on top of that, we've added, these are our Christmas add-ons. So you've got your music and you've got your snowflake textures. And then we've used our Merry Christmas one and our Happy Christmas one. You've also got your other textures. So your splats and your numbers, which are there. And you've also got your colour panels. I didn't get around to using them all tonight, but you can see how it all works together. We will have until, if you are wanting to get your hands on these Christmas ones, they are on a special price for our monthly makers in the monthly make extra page, which will be changing tomorrow, because obviously it's going to be telling us all about what's going on next Monday when we launch our 50th edition of our monthly make. So do keep your eyes peeled if you are a monthly maker, and keep checking out that monthly make extra page, because you'll get all the details of what's happening next Monday on there as well. And do make sure you open your monthly makes, because you will need what is inside your monthly make next Monday. I can't be more cryptic than that, but if you've got your monthly make, open it and it'll all make sense, honestly, because we're going to have a little bit of fun next week and celebrate being our 50th edition of our monthly make, because it's just cool. So, oh, thank you for your lovely comments. I have enjoyed making them. I didn't quite know what we were going to do, but we went for it. I love this one. I think this looks beautiful. It just needs a little shot of red ribbon and I think it will just be perfect. But I really do like that one. I like that one too, but that one, I think the colours work really well. I might even see if I can find a craft card to pop that on. Just trim it down a little. Anyway, what was I babbling on about? So, next Monday, launching November's 50th edition monthly make. Wednesday we'll be back 10:30 I have nothing on this week. Crafty Unicorn's going to stay up next week. Oh, I hope it lives up to expectations. Well, I'm hoping it'll be fun. It will be. So yeah, back Wednesday morning at 10:30. As November is like our, if you haven't guessed it already, it's our 50th edition of our monthly make. I am going to be looking and revisiting some of our monthly makes from the past 50 editions. So Wednesday, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be playing with one or two of our oldies, but very, very goodies. And that's what I'm planning to do for our next couple of Wednesdays. Maxine got hers today. Yay! They've all turned up really, really quick. I wasn't expecting them to. So yeah, Wednesday, 10:30, we'll be playing with, I don't like to say old monthly makes. Monthly makes of the past, that makes them sound even older, doesn't it? Yeah, the first 49 editions of our monthly make, and then on Monday we'll be launching November's 50th edition with a little bit extra. So I do hope you can join me then. Thank you for joining me tonight. I have gone on quite a long time, I do apologise, but I've had loads of fun making these as well. So do take care, stay safe, and I will see you all on Wednesday at 10:30. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.